An iceberg is a fooler. Most of it's hidden beneath the surface. And a car or truck owner's real attitudes are also often deeply hidden. He usually says just a small part of what he's thinking. But you can help. Break the ice and create a sale. To meet your customers' service needs better, and to help yourself by helping your department grow, as service experts, your job is to provide quality service, the kind that brings owners back to your shop. But there'd be no cars or trucks in your shop if salesmen didn't sell them in the first place. And there are times when you can help create sales, if you're on your toes. To help create sales, you need a third ear. 2 ears to listen to what a customer tells you, and a third ear to hear the tip-off that he really wants a new car or truck. For instance, this customer says,
"We're driving all the way to the Canadian Rockies on our vacation, so you'd better check my car over good."
But what he's probably thinking is,
"I hope the old bus makes it. Mountain driving can be pretty rough on an old car."
Set his mind at ease by saying,
"Don't worry. We'll have her running like new. By the way, have you driven one of the new 63s? They're really terrific over mountain roads. And there are some other new features."
You've planted a seed. Now turn the customer's name over to sales, and maybe that seed will blossom into new business for both sales and service. What about this style-conscious gal? She has obviously taken a fancy to a new Corvair Monza convertible. There's a love affair brewing, and you can be the best man. Say something like,
"A beautiful car, isn't it? Why don't you step into the showroom and let someone demonstrate how beautifully it handles out on the road?"
There are other times when no words are necessary. This family has obviously outgrown its car. What Dad tells you is,
Check the generator.
but you can bet that somewhere in the back of his mind he's thinking,
Boy, I could use a station wagon for this brood. I can't afford a new one, but won't someone give me nerve enough to buy a good used one?
you can be that someone. Start off by giving the used car department the man's name. Once an owner leaves, what he didn't tell you, the car will. And it's surprising how well cars express themselves. This 60 Chevrolet belongs to a salesman, and most of that mileage has been hard city driving. This car tells you, "Man, I'm tired. Why don't you get that owner of mine to give me a rest?" Your first thought may be, "Nothing doing. It's like payday every time that car rolls in." But you want this customer to stick with your dealership. Turn him in as a prospect. A salesman can point out how he's losing time and money with his present car. He's losing time by having his car in for service too frequently, and losing money by paying too many repair bills. No matter how skilled the service technicians are, some cars are beyond help. The owner told you,
There's a funny noise in the motor. Probably needs a valve adjustment.
but you know, this engine has earned its old age pension. It would cost more to make repairs than the car's worth. You're really doing the owner an extra service by turning his name over to sales. Remember, what a customer says is merely the top 1/9 of the iceberg. There's a lot more beneath the surface, and only your third ear can pick up the signal that may spell out a sale. As for trucks, they have a language all their own, and so do their owners. Once you master that language, you can make a lot of owners happier by helping them increase the efficiency in their operation. Take this owner who tells you what miracles his truck performs. He says all it needs are plugs and points, and then he boasts,
"I wouldn't trade this rig for $1 million.
Bring this fellow down to earth, and his conversation may tip you off that he's really aching for a newer model with more pep, greater cab comfort, and more load-carrying space. Then there's the other owner who cusses his truck, you and Chevrolet. But he keeps coming back. What's he saying?
"This is the worst doggone car I ever had. If I never see another Chevrolet ever happy and I mean it, then you can believe me. You can count me out. I won't try a new one. I'm going to make one of those, too."
His kick is really not at you or Chevrolet, but at himself. Your third ear tells you his troubles would be over if he bought a later model used truck for the job. You'll be doing him and yourself a favor by giving his name to the truck manager. You're in the best position to diagnose trouble and write the prescription when the truck does the talking. Here's a typical case. Symptoms: a succession of breakdowns. popped clutch, U-joint, and axle shaft, broken springs. The truck was fine for the job when new, but the owner has changed the load and driving conditions. Prescription: save costly repairs with a new truck, better suited to the job. Old Rough and Ready here has just had its second engine rebuild. It probably won't take a third without also replacing other major components in the powertrain. Prescription: a new truck for the owner, and in not too many months. You can help start planning now. Symptom: with low mileage, the engine broke down. The truck is on a new hauling schedule that requires more constant over-the-road speed than it can deliver safely. Prescription: a new truck with the correct engine and axle ratio to withstand the grind. In all these cases, turn the owner's names over to your truck expert who talks their language. Just as an iceberg hides most of its bulk, a customer conceals his wants. But with a keen third ear, you can get the message and break the ice a lot more quickly. Sure, dependable quality service is your profession and your first responsibility. But on many occasions, you're in a position to help put more future service business on ice by uncovering prospects for new or used cars and trucks. It helps sales, it helps the house, it helps the owner, and best of all, it helps you.